My husband is giving me one last chance. He doesn't work, so I support the family, but he's constantly not satisfied with me. My husband and I have been going through it. We've had two kids back to back after 17 months of two consecutive pregnancy losses. Kids are 16 months and 2 months. I have had preeclampsia twice, requiring medical leaves from work. I'm a nurse, and he is a stay-at-home dad. Things have been hard. During my bout of preeclampsia, my husband let me know that our relationship wasn't living up to his expectations. His complaints were related to intimacy, lack of common interests, and lack of stimulating conversation that isn't related to our kids. I told him that I wasn't in a place where I could really address those issues, and I wouldn't be until my hormones were adjusted postpartum and I had the headspace to concentrate on something other than surviving the birth and newborn phase. We are now 10 weeks postpartum, and he has accused me of being checked out. We have had a lot of communication issues lately. He's frustrated when I don't answer him. Like, hey, are you drinking this? Hey, that's your warm pop. He's frustrated when I don't want to make a decision. What do you want for dinner? He's frustrated when I answer the question he asked, but it's not the right answer. Like him. Hey, where do you want the shelves hung? Me, the living room. Him, the kids will put them down there. Me, okay. Where do you think they should go? Him, I don't know. Where do you want them? He's frustrated with the lack of sex. He's frustrated with the quality of conversation. He's frustrated with I'm on my phone scrolling. I'm completely touched out to the point where I'm having sensory issues with textures. If I don't have a baby touching me, it's a breast pump. I'm exhausted. My maternity leave is ending in 2 days, and I'm looking at working 8 consecutive shifts just to make up for the financial fallout of me being off of work for 14 weeks. I sincerely feel like I don't have much to give right now, and that I'm putting forward all of what I do have. I'm reserved even though I have nothing for myself. Divorce has been mentioned by both of us several times over the last 6 months. Earlier today, my husband told me that he's tired of my lack of effort and he's going to give our relationship one last chance, and told me that he's really on in this for the kids. I don't feel like I'm just waiting for the other show to drop. I wasn't checked out before, but now I feel like I have the emotional disconnected to save my heart from feeling the inevitable. I keep telling him that what we are doing right now is hard, and this roommate phase isn't abnormal. I just don't know how to survive this. Someone, please, give me advice. Why doesn't he work? Does it seem like he's relying on you for all of his adult simulation? Does he have friends? It just seems like this may be about more than just you. He used to work as a carpenter, but he needs a double knee replacement. We always intended for him to be a stay-at-home dad, but it wasn't supposed to happen until I finished my doctorate. He kind of just stopped getting work during a slow season. His knees got worse, and then daycare was so expensive, it didn't make sense for him to go back. There is nothing wrong with that, but as he gets stimulation some other way, if he's just sitting at home every day with the kids, waiting to hang out with you, and you're having a tough time yourself, I can see where he'll be unfulfilled. It's not good to rely 100% on one person to mental engagement. You are right that there are neutral lulls in relationship, and if you are living a balanced life, that lull can become consuming. He doesn't have friends. He does hang out with his brother, who's close in age, and he plays video games, but he hasn't really had other guys to hang out with since he stopped bodybuilding 5 years ago. His friends group died when he stopped being a gym rat. Can he find a gym with a childcare room and go work out? It sounds like he's just being nitpicky and that would listen. If he had more endorphins and more to do than sit around and pick at you. Oh, absolutely, you hit the nail here. My husband always gets edgy and nitpicky when he's had too much time off work. Boredom with no outlet other than her. Yeah, he needs to figure his life out a bit. That will be a good idea, but I guess his issues with the knees are the reason he stopped going to the gym altogether. There are exercises you should do before you get a knee replacement, and he could go work on those. It includes the upper body though. How you even have the patience and energy to type this is beyond me, let alone the fact that you're actually worrying yourself about how to make more of an effort with everything you've got going on. I'm a little shocked that he doesn't understand how much your body and mind had just been put through constantly over the past few years. Not to mention that you're caring for two babies and still making food for at least one of them. I don't know how to make him see the light, and I'm so sorry you're not being more supported by your spouse. Plus, the 4 miscarriages in a year and a half. That's brutal for the body. He's so far out of line and up his own butt. Yep, counseling or divorce. There is only one path forward. Frankly, it sounds like he's done with the marriage, wants a different life, and is trying to scapegoat you here as the problem. Why someone will go this nuclear on their wife in the hardest time of your life physically and emotionally will have to be because he knows you will hit a breaking point, and he will get to blame you for leaving instead of take ownership of the fact he wants out. My suggestion will be to confide in friends, family, and loved ones during this time, and keep receipts in case you need to speak to a lawyer. This behavior is highly manipulative and sounds like the doing of a grade A narcissist. You are working as a nurse, which is very demanding and stressful job. You had an exhausting conception journey, and you just had a baby 2 months prior. Yet he's complaining that you're checked out and you're not sexually satisfying him and not putting in an effort. You've literally done everything to provide and have 2 babies, but he has the audacity to complain about lack of sex? He sounds unbearably selfish. If you want to work it out, couples counseling might be the way to go. He needs to realize what you've been through, and hopefully an unbiased professional can do that. If he doesn't, he will lose cause, and it will be more draining for you to stay than to leave. Girl, I'm an ICU nurse, and I spent part of my maternity leave job hunting for a higher acuity ICU so I could apply for my doctorate degree next year. I've gained 40 pounds since my eldest was conceived, and I feel so bad about myself right now. The worst part is that he doesn't even try to engage in sex in a meaningful way. He will just point blank ask me if I want to suck him off. I have zero sex drive, and the lack of meaningful engagement doesn't help. Even so, we've had sex at least once per week since I was 5 weeks postpartum. I know he'll go to therapy if I ask, so I schedule something. I can't believe you've been having sex once a week since 5 weeks postpartum, and he's complaining about lack of sex? What an unappreciative, entitled tart. He needs to get his head on straight. Oh. Honestly, it sounds like you're being pulled in 100 different directions, 50 of them by your husband. Has he always made everything in your relationship about him? Sorry, but it's illegal to tell a breastfeeding mother of a newborn that she's not putting in enough effort into anything. After reading your comments, maybe you need to tell your husband you're giving him one last chance. This doesn't have to be one last chance for you to improve your ways. This can be your opportunity to decide whether you want to continue a relationship where you are so unsupported and unappreciated for the experiences you are enduring. Pull back, view this situation as though one of your dear friends were going through the same, and consider what you've tell them. Your husband is a bad person. You are overworked. You have decision fatigue. Your body is worn out. And this jackass had the audacity to say he's giving you one last chance. Now you're going back to work with back-to-back shifts to make up for being on maternity leave. I mean, this guy should take every seat and hold up a mirror to himself. What is he contributing here, besides bad attitude and pretty entitlement? He's being inconsiderate of the fact that you had two children in quick succession and your body and mind need to readjust. You're not a robot. Intimacy just doesn't happen again, especially with the kind of pressure you are under. What is he contributing to childcare or household chores? I think that he has checked out of the relationship. We talked further, and I reiterated how ridiculous his expectations have been. I also told him that he needs to get a job if he is unhappy with our marriage or his stay-at-home parent situation. He agreed and apologized. We will reevaluate the work situation when I finish my orientation for my new job. He may go back just for adult social interaction. We are going to go to couples therapy and he's going to go back to his old therapist. Neither of us wants a divorce. He's just really depressed and feels lonely. His surgery consult is 1101. Wish us luck. Thanks for all of the perspective.